Coverage of Medina Bees basketball is brought to you thanks in part to our underwriting sponsor, Norse Auto Mall, 3205 Akron Medina Road, 330-723-3291. Once again, Norse Auto Mall, a proud sponsor of Medina Bees basketball.
Hi, and welcome to Medina High School Gymnasium, where tonight it's the Wadsworth Grizzlies versus the Medina Bees. I'm Jared Fry. We're glad you could join us here on Medina Cable Access Channel 36. We're got some unique coverage here to show you this evening. We're trying out a few new things, so we hope you'll bear with us. Both you folks in Wadsworth and here in Medina who are checking us out. Should be a great game here tonight, and we're looking forward to get this one underway. I will set the starting lineups here for you momentarily, as Medina's looking to play the role of upset special here this evening. They've pulled a couple of nice upsets this year. I know one of the games against Brunswick was a big upset for Medina, and hopefully they can continue that here tonight as we're getting ready to get this one underway. And we're set to tip this one off. And we're tipped and we're underway. Bringing the ball up the court, there's number 22, Ben Falkenberg. Swings it out to the wing. We'll work on the names as we get through here. Again, Medina you see out in the man-to-man. Down low, the ball goes up and in. Number 24, DJ Schrock with his first bucket of the ball game and a 2-0 lead. Here comes Medina the other way. Shinaki works it over to Dante Anthony. Anthony works it to the wing, back up top to Ben Shinaki. Shinaki looking to drive, gets the ball knocked out of bounds. It's knocked out by Brett Smith, knocking that one out of bounds. Inbound. Nice pass inside to Shinaki. Shinaki did it up and lays it up and in. Shinaki, that's off the pass from Andy Glass. Nice job, Andy Glass, on that one. And Medina's tied it up at 2s. Ball stolen. That's Andy Glass on the steal, bringing it up court. Tried to get rid of it, kind of lost it off his hip. Here comes Wadsworth the other way. 3 ball from way downtown, drew front of the rim, rebounded by Glass. And we got Dante Anthony on the travel. Wadsworth bringing it back up the court. Wide open down the lane, puts the floater up and in. That's number 32, Nick Goddard. He'll be a player to watch in this one as the game progresses. Wadsworth getting the turnover. They're going to set it back up on the offensive end. You heard the crowd there looking for a travel. 3 ball. Team's not afraid to put it up. That's Ben Falkenberg for 3, and Wadsworth's up to a 7-2 lead, and they come out in full court pressure again. They're going to head the other way with it. Substitution for Medina. Rob Kuhar checking into the ball game, giving Dante Anthony a bit of a breather. Wadsworth inbounds. Stopping and popping, rattling in and out, no good. Rebound, Ben Shinaki. And Medina coming back the other way. Pete Hunt running the point. Off to Dan Bruno. Looking over the offense. get a foul down here. Foul by Brett Stutzer, his first foul, team's first. Looking inbound, got the lob, a little too much on that one, over Andy Glass's head, and out of bounds. Going to turn out to be Wadsworth possession on the turnover. Medina kind of picking their men up at full court there. Going to stay solid with that man-to-man, and they'll probably show you that for pretty much the full time span of the game here, the full 32 minutes. 5-minute mark now in the first quarter, 7-2 in favor of Wadsworth. 3 ball up, off the mark, draws iron, and Andy Glass slipping his way to it. And because of the slip, gets called for the travel. Tough break there for Medina. Dan Bruno's going to take a seat. Dante Anthony back in. Medina down here, and Wadsworth down in the corner. The drive, spin, move, up, under, in. Number 14, Joe Capotosta. His first 2 points of the ball game. And we're going to get a timeout. Now it's a 9-2 lead, and Wadsworth started out hot. They're now up by 7. And so there's both teams looking in the huddle here. I'm actually a little behind on my stat sheet, so that's why you're hearing the delay from me as I'm getting myself caught up. We're setting up some of the new looks you'll see here tonight. And there you see a good look inside from one of our floor cams of Coach Peters giving a talk to his kids. And there's Wadsworth breaking the huddle. They are up now with the lead. Medina with the ball, bringing it up. Dante Anthony hoping to break the press. They bring it across the timeline. They do to Kuhar, back to Hunt. Pete Hunt to Kuhar. Kuhar looks at the 3, takes the drive, nothing doing. Shanak good, rebounded by number 34, Ben Schrock. Here comes Wadsworth back the other way, baseline pass. Nice quick sharp passes by Wadsworth. Ben Shinakian underneath, kind of got muscled out of the way there. Put back up and in, Ben Schrock. 2 boards to go with his 2 points, and here comes Wadsworth, the full court press again. Need to try to beat this by passing. You got 3 guys on you, someone's going to be open. Now they can push the numbers. Shinaki trying to push it up court. And they're going to reset the offense now. Anthony to look at 3. Went to kick it. Team is trying to force it just a little bit, and a little extra on the ball right now. A little extra English, so to speak, and the ball's flying on them tonight. So Wadsworth working it again, down the low post, try to go down low, do it again. Spinning jump shot up and off the mark. Shinaki pulls down the rebound. Nice rebound by Ben Shinaki. Finds Anthony for 3. 3 ball, Anthony off the back of the rim. Ball tipped up off the hands of a Wadsworth player. I believe that went off the hands of number 20, Paul Mako. Medina possession and underneath. Anthony on the wing. Up top to Pete Hunter, set up the offense. Nice shot by Medina, trying to rotate it and find the open shot. 3 ball, Kuhar gets it. 3 by Rob Kuhar. So now the lead cut to 6, nearing the 2.5-minute mark here in the first quarter. Wadsworth patiently working it around. A lot of movement by Wadsworth, working the picks, the upper and lower. Spinning off the pick and driving down the lane. A little hard off the glass. They're fighting each other for that one. They're going to call that one off hand to glass. It's going to be Wadsworth ball in underneath. Right at our camera crew down there. Wadsworth looking for somewhere to inbound to get it up top. Down the low post, banging inside off the glass. Shinaki the rebound. And Medina working it up the other way. Going to get a traveling call and coming back the other way now. Medina just a tough break here. They're turning the ball over more than they need to right now, and that's not going to help you in any ball game. Out in the wing, 3 ball off the mark, over the back by number 10. Yes, they're going to get over the back by Austin Signor. It's his first, team's second. Substitutions by both teams. We'll get those caught up for you here in just a few minutes. Again, Wadsworth the full court press. Kuhar's got to get it to someone. Gets it to Shinaki. Back to Kuhar, and now they got to work that 10-second clock. Kuhar pushing it up. You better get it across. Does with the pass to Dante Anthony. Back to Kuhar. Kuhar to glass. Shinaki can't quite come up with the handle, and yet another Medina turnover, and leading the break the other way. Capping it off, number 22, Ben Falkenberg with a lay-in. Dante Anthony pushing it the other way. Gets the lay-in and the block. Nice job by Dante Anthony, showing that explosiveness that he has going to the hoop. Going to get number 24, DJ Schrock, with the foul. His first, team's third. Anthony set to try to cap off the three-point play. Unable to get it to fall. Draws iron, and here comes Wadsworth the other way, but Dante Anthony quick to pick his pocket. Trying to push it up the floor, gets it up off the glass. Dante Anthony putting on a little exhibition there with the steal and the deuce. Now 4 in the ball game, and this lead is cut to 4. Medina's battled back and got the lead back to 4, and hey, can't help it there. The coaches, Dante Anthony being aggressive, gets called for the foul. His first, team's first. Wadsworth set to work it around again. Tries, nothing happening. Quick dish inside, bounces it off the glass, up and in. Number 24, DJ Schrock. He's now got 4 in the quarter, and it leads back up to 6 as we're nearing the end of the first quarter. 45 seconds to go. And picked his pocket from behind. They're going to get him for a double dribble. As Ben Falkenberg cannot believe he was called for the double dribble, but there you saw the call. Medina ball. 44.2 seconds to go here before the end of the quarter. 15-9 in favor of Wadsworth. Kuhar out on the wing, thought about the 3, works it back around to the top as they're working it for the last shot. 29 seconds left. Anthony, good look at the 3. Draws the front of the rim off the hands of Ben Shinaki. And heading the other way, Wadsworth pushing. Behind the back, sets a nice screen, puts the 3 ball up, off the mark, rebounded in underneath. Put in by number 24, DJ Schrock. Schrock now with 6 in the quarter and an 8-point lead with 11 seconds to go. Dan Bruno pushes it across the court. Goes for Kuhar and diving on the floor before the ball goes out of bounds. Getting a little bit of floor burn. DJ Schrock diving there. The Wadsworth faithful on the other side who've come to show up for this one. Cheering this one on. 17-9 in favor of Wadsworth. 7/10 of a second to go. So you basically got a catch and heave. There it is by Dan Bruno. Off the rim. End of the quarter. 17-9 after 1 in favor of Wadsworth. So that's where we stand after this one, an 8-point lead. Try to run down here as I look at the rosters here now that I've gotten settled in. Strong first half, DJ Schrock, 6 points. Nick Goddard, 2 points. Ben Schrock with 2 points. Joe Capotosta with 2 points. And Ben Falkenberg with 5. So that pretty much sets the stage. Good quarters by Schrock and Falkenberg. And basically, a lot of those points scored off of turnovers. Medina having a rough time handling the ball and turning it over. It's the difference right now, 8 points as we work through here. Dante Anthony coming up big there towards the end. Had 4 in the quarter. Ben Shinaki, 2 points to go with 3 rebounds. Andy Glass, a little bit of everything, an assist, a rebound, a steal, and turnover. And Rob Kuhar with 3. So we'll check my math on my stats there. And that's the 9 for Medina and 17 for Wadsworth. So luckily I got my stats caught up at the right time. And I'll hopefully settled in for the rest of the game with you viewers at WCTV and also here on Medina Cable Access. Glad you could join us here for the final home game for Medina. They'll finish up the season on the road in North Ridgeville. Looking to try to play the role of spoiler here tonight. Give Wadsworth a run for their money. So here we are, second quarter underway. Again, another pass with a little too much mustard on it, out of bounds. Yet another turnover for this Medina team. As here we go. We've got a foul on the floor. I think I get Dan Bruno with the foul, his first, team's second. So far away still from a 1-on-1. Found a wide open man down the lane, rolls it up and in, number 42, Brett Smith. He gets on the board with his first 2 of the ball game. Extends the lead to 10 for Wadsworth. Medina breaks the press. Dante Anthony way out on the wing, kind of in trouble a little bit there. Nice job looking to find the open man. Number 44, Jake Bayless getting on the board off the assist from Dante Anthony. Nice job there by Anthony to find Bayless. So Medina needs to put a stop on here and get a couple possessions to go their way. Shinaki sticking him up front. Drive down, called a clean block. Out of bounds off the Wadsworth player. Medina ball. That's a turnover Medina needed to have happen. That ball was blocked, then off the hands of number 24, DJ Schrock, as he went out of bounds. So that's where we stand. And Medina looking to beat the press again. Content to do it with the dribbling. Dante Anthony, as Wadsworth kind of fell back on the press this time, now looking to trap. Very strong, aggressive defense. That ball's picked and going for the easy lay-in. Got the foul on the floor. As Pete Hunt has number 32, Nick Goddard, came away with the steal. It's going to be Hunt's first. Team's third. Nick Goddard going to the free throw line, shooting 2. Goddard sinks the first. Sinks the second, so both free throws in, and the lead up to 10 again. Medina trying to break the press, gets it across to Anthony to Hunt. Back to Anthony. Anthony, a quick pass into Shinaki was denied, but then gets it back, but turns around a little strong on it. And here comes Wadsworth running the other way, pulling up for 3, and nailing is Ben Falkenberg. I think that's going to draw a timeout from the Medina bench. As Coach Peters might be feeling this one getting away from him a little bit, wants to get a bit of a breather. And there you see some of the great footage we're having tonight from our volunteer staff here. Great crew here from Medina High School helping us out with this project. And there you see the nice tight shot of Coach Peters as he's talking to his kids. Back and trying to draw it up. So, hey, I'm sure he's saying we've got to execute. We've got to limit the turnovers. let's just play within ourselves. Let's not force it. I think a lot of this extra passing is just a little bit extra adrenaline. The kids just got to settle down and get themselves into the game. And from Wadsworth's standpoint, solid defensively. You're creating the turnovers, you're getting the steals, and you're converting on the other end. So a great job by Wadsworth so far in this one as they have a 13-point lead. And again, some more of the press. Kind of a full court trap is what they're running right now. They better get it across the timeline. If they get it over, full court pass. Anthony fakes the three, goes to drive, gets it smacked away. Wadsworth very aggressive on the defensive end, very active with hands, slapping ball away, or at least batting it to try to get the steal the next time around. Kick it out to the wing. Medina is having a hard time even trying to work it inside, and that ball tried to force it out. Nice save by Pete Hunt to get it to Anthony. And Anthony was out of control as he went down through the lane, losing his footing, and just tried to get it to somebody, not to get called for the travel, but it was too little too late. As we have substitutions, try to set the 5 here for each team. You have Dan Bruno, Dante Anthony, Rob Kuhar, Andy Glass, and Ben Shinaki from Medina. For Wadsworth, it's Ben Falkenberg, Nick Goddard, as we work it to the wing and make sure there's no shot going up. Number 42, Brett Smith. As the shot goes up, number 14, up off the mark, rebounded Ben Shinaki. Shot up by Joe Capotosta, no good. Rebounded by Ben Shinaki. Again, Medina unable to really work it down in low. Ben Shinaki right into the hands of number 14, Joe Capotosta. Back the other way, lays it up and in off the steal. So right now, it's just Wadsworth very aggressive on the defensive end, creating Medina to make mistakes and turn the ball over. Not been a very solid production quarter and a half by Medina. Shinaki and Glass fighting each other for that one. Finally, Shinaki comes down with it and going to get a foul on 24 Wadsworth. DJ Schrock, his second. Team's fourth, and that's going to send Ben Shinaki to the line for 2 shots. There you see Ben. The shot's up. Off the mark. Free throw. Mass substitutions for Wadsworth. We'll try to set the whole new 5 I look like he brought in. Number 30, Mike Marshall. Number 34, Ben Schrock. Number 40, Brad Stutzer. Number 10, Austin Signer. And Shinaki sinks the second. Number 20, Paul Mako. That sets your 5 for Wadsworth. Shinaki sinks the second free throw. Turnover. Shinaki gets one to convert Medina's way. Spinning now in trouble. Gets it to Bruno. It's kind of a 2-3 type of pressure defense played, and they're going to call that one off Andy Glass's leg in Wadsworth's direction. It's a pretty impressive team you're seeing play here in Wadsworth. Very aggressive, and it's been paying off for them here this evening. As they're going to take it out. Medina coming up to pick him up full court man-to-man. Medina's overplayed it a bit. They better watch it. They got a man underneath the bucket, wide open. Able to hustle themselves back. Shinaki battling with that one on the inside. And going to get a travel. Nice job by Ben to make number 34, Ben Schrock, kind of think about it as it came down in there. And Medina's going to get it this way. Medina very patient to try to break it across that 10 seconds. They have an internal clock knowing exactly when. They probably use up all 9.5 of that 10 seconds. As Wadsworth's aggressive defense batting the ball away. Out of bounds, staying Medina in possession. Pete Hunt trying to set it up top. Kuhar in a little bit of trouble down the corner. Had to take the timeout as he got stuck in the aggressive Wadsworth trap. I've heard a lot about this Wadsworth team as the season's gone on. And this kind of aggressive defense is going to take you far, especially as you head into tournament action here before too long. That type of aggressive defense and any type of offense you can put together, the combination is going to take you pretty far. I'm sure that's what Wadsworth's hoping will happen. Medina not out of this by any stretch. We're just under the 4-minute mark as you see 3:59 to go. And some nice acrobatic job there by our cheerleading crew. down 14. You want to try to cut this down in the final 4 minutes. You want to try to get it under 10. I think you try to get it under 10 and then just chip away at it a little bit more in the third quarter. Make some changes here at halftime. I'm sure Coach Peters has just got to tell them, hey, you got to settle down, take care of the ball. They're going to be an aggressive team. And really the one way to beat this aggressive defense is if you can make passes. You got to make the quick passes. Don't hold on to the ball very long. Quick, sharp passes and keep moving. Oh, this is this Grizzly team's a very well-trained defensive unit. They are playing the passing lanes with their trapping. The off men are covering the passing lanes, trying to anticipate where the pass is going, and they've done a nice job so far. Kuhar dribbles it down, gets himself back into the trap, kicks it out to Pete Hunt. Hunt to Anthony. Anthony thought about three. Back to Hunt. Hunt gets it knocked away from the outside. That was knocked away by Paul Mako, and he was heading the other way looking for the easy lay-in if one of his teammates were able to get a handle on that. Medina ball underneath. Looking for an option. Lob it up high. It's a jump ball. They're going to get a player control foul there on number 10. Yeah, Austin Signer is second. Team's fifth. So 3:46 to go. Actually, a low foul calling game here so far in this one. Again, the mass substitutions for Wadsworth. We'll set those for you here, the next break in the action. Pete Hunt gets it up top. Tries to break across the timeline and does. Out to Anthony. But see, they're getting the ball right at that timeline, getting stuck in that trap. You got three of your own players out that far. As Glass stops, pops, no good. Shinaki in there to bang. Glass drives. Shinaki to follow. Ben Shinaki, the nice job there on that one. Nice to see him score this quarter, but Wadsworth right back at it. As going hard to the bucket was number 14, Joe Capotosta. I think we got Shinaki on the foul, his first. Team's fourth. Going to be 2 shots for Joe Capotosta. Sorry, Joe Capotosta. I keep forgetting the second A in there. My apologies to everyone in WCTV land for that mispronunciation. Joe misses the free throw. He's got 4 points in the ball game, 2 in each quarter so far. Now the Medina faithful getting into it, making some noise. He misses. Shinaki pulls down the rebound. Nice job, Ben. Medina pushing it up the floor. That's how you got to break this. Anthony, good look at three. Draws rim. He's got to hit it one of these times. Nice hustle by Ben Shinaki to get that steal back. He's going to try a 3 ball. Rattles it in and out. Kuhar is going to get the over the back. Kuhar over the back, his first. Team's fifth. This is probably the biggest crowd we've had on him this season, at least of the 5 games we've attended. A great crowd, both sides. Have the lower section full and most of the upper section full on both sides of the gymnasium here this evening. As Medina comes out some full court pressure. Nice job so far by Medina. Now they got to hustle back and trap the ball. Trying to create a turnover. Their goal is to get it under 10 before half. They're down by 12. Driving and slicing down the lane. No call by the official, and the ball's going to head the other way. And they said he was just out of control, and Nick Goddard lost it out of bounds. A call by the official. So here we come back the other way. 12-point lead for Wadsworth. 2:45 to go here before the half. Kick it inside. Spinning. Nowhere to go with it. Nice job by Shinaki to get it back. Gives it to Hunt. Hunt up and in. Shinaki kind of getting it done on the defensive end. The steal, the assist. Hunt gets the lane. I think they got DJ Schrock on that one. I'm not sure. No, Schrock's not even on the floor. Oh, number 34. I got the wrong number there. As Hunt misses the free throw, a chance to capitalize on that one. And Pete unable to convert the free throw. As that foul was on Ben Schrock, his first. Team 6, so Medina will be in the bonus in the final 2:22 on the next foul. They've cut the lead 2-10. They're right where they needed to be. Then now hopefully they can cut it a little bit lower here heading into the half. Wadsworth setting it back up. Seems like Medina's beginning to settle down now and start to play a little bit of their game. defense, Wadsworth slowing it down a bit themselves. A little push off as he drives. Nice block. Leading the way on the break, Pete Hunt going strong to the hoop, and he's going to get fouled. Nice rebound on the other end by number 44, Jake Bayless. And the crowd's so noisy I can't even hear the PA for the foul, so I will try to catch that foul on number 32, Nick Goddard, his first, team seventh. 2 shots at the free throw line by Pete Hunt. Nice form on that one, just couldn't find the rim. Just stepping back now, going to catch a breather. Get himself set again. Now 0 for 2 from the free throw line. He's a much better free throw shooter than that, so hopefully he can turn it around here and get this one put in. Bend the knees, nice form on that one, got it put in. He's now got 3 in the ball game. Lead down to 9. Medina hopefully can keep the defense up on this end. And if you're Wadsworth, you're hoping to kind of put a stop to it by putting in a bucket. Stop this little Medina run they're putting together. They're going to call it a 3, up and off the mark, climbing high. Jake Bayless up to get the rebound. Anthony, a nice spin move, gets it off to the corner. Hunt just off the mark. The place was ready to erupt. He could have put that 3 in. Medina's about 1 big play away. Someone lost the defensive assignment there as number 30, Mike Marshall, able to turn around and put that one in. Medina doesn't want to make any mistakes here. The defensive pressure got in there again, and nice turnover. Three-ball, whoa, feeling it. Just when Medina was closing the gap, 3-ball, Nick Goddard. Goddard 5 in the quarter, 7 in the ball game. 50 seconds to go, and it's now back to 14. Up high, going up strong, off the glass, no good. He's going to get called for the foul after knee, some little extracurricular shoving. They had to pull back number 34, Ben Schrock, getting a little extra aggressive there underneath. Jake Bayless gets called for the first 16 foul. And then, of course, they're going to have a talk with Mr. Schrock there, telling him to calm down the course of the action of the game and tell him to get it under control, or else he won't be in this game much longer. They won't hesitate to get him out of there. And Coach Martin's going to give him a seat on the bench right now to let him cool off a minute. Final 40 seconds. You don't want to instigate this anymore. It's a heated rivalry between these two. Baseball pass going for the home run ball, and it works. Up and in, number 30, Mike Marshall. Caught sleeping. That's what happens when you press sometimes. You're susceptible to that home run ball. That's why the back guy's got to pay attention to keep an eye on someone underneath the basket. Shinaki driving, lays it up and in. Definitely no love lost between these two. 18 seconds to go. Up and back the other way. Number 22, Ben Falkenberg. He's got 5 in the quarter, 10 in the half. 9 seconds to go. Medina probably going to work this for a final shot. Nice look off to Dante Anthony, and he lost the handle on it out of bounds. Ball slipped out of his hands, and what once was down to 10 is now at up to 16. With 3.7 seconds to go, Wadsworth's looking to try to increase it. Time for a couple of dribbles. Fires up a long one. Whoa, back of the rim and almost in as the shot went up by Nick Goddard. So an exciting 2 quarters of action, highly contested game, and I'm sure it's going to continue here in the second half. Score 35-19 in favor of Wadsworth. We'll be back with the high scores of the first half and second half action right after this on Medina Cable Access Channel 36.
Coverage of Medina Bees basketball is brought to you thanks in part to our underwriting sponsor, Norris Auto Mall, 3205 Akron Medina Road, 330-723-3291. Once again, Norris Auto Mall, a proud sponsor of Medina Bees basketball.
Hi, and welcome back to the second half action here between Medina and Wadsworth. It's Wadsworth up in front, 35-19. Let's set the leading scorers here for you as we headed into the half. It's Dante from Medina, Dante Anthony with 4 points, Jake Bayless with 2, Ben Shinaki with 7, Pete Hunt with 3, and Rob Kuhar with 3. For Wadsworth, it was Joe Capotosta with 5, Ben Falkenberg with 10, DJ Schrock with 6, Mike Marshall with 4, Nick Goddard with 7, Ben Schrock with 2, and Brett Smith with 2. And that's where we stand, 35-19, as we're underway here in the third quarter. 3 ball up off the mark, ball batted around right into the hands of a waiting DJ Schrock. He puts that one up and in. Schrock now with 8 points in the ball game. Nice look, Ben Shinaki, Dante Anthony. Anthony couldn't quite get it to fall. All red underneath that glass. Ball brought down by number 32, Nick Goddard. The drive, the aerial shot up and in by Ben Falkenberg. He now has 12 in the ball game, leading the way for Wadsworth. Shinaki down low, up off the glass. Ben Shinaki with a deuce. He got the offensive charge, and Shinaki's pumped up about it. A foul on number 32, Nick Goddard, his second, team's first of the second half. And really in the 2 quarters of action, now that Medina's trailing, they just got to work on cutting into the lead each quarter to have themselves in position in the final 2 minutes to try to make a run at them. Lob up, batted away, and here comes Medina running the other way. Not quite the numbers. Pulling up the shot, rebounded underneath. Bruno gets his own board again, going up strong again, puts it up and in. Bruno showing some resiliency in underneath off the miss by Jake Bayless, getting 2 boards before getting the bucket. So now the lead down to 16. Probably try to get it down to single digits here before the end of the quarter. You want to try to get it about 6 or 8 points. Clean look to the bucket, going in strong. Joe Capotosta lays it in. He now has 7 in the ball game, 2 in the quarter. 6-minute mark now in the game, 41-23 in favor of Wadsworth. Anthony, a good look at 3. He's got to hit one of these eventually. Off the mark. And hustling the other way. Goddard gets the spin and the lay-in and the foul. I think they're going to get Dan Bruno there with that one. Oh, Pete Hunt, I'm sorry. His second foul. Timeout Medina. And Coach Peters can't be that happy with his 20 points. His team's down now. So Wadsworth out quick on this one and extended the lead, and now you definitely want to. You have 5 minutes and 50 seconds if you're Medina to, or 5:49 I should say, to cut into this lead. That's all you can do now is lay down, quit making mistakes, play solid defense, and just try to hold your own until you hopefully cut it to 10, head into the 4th quarter, and make your run. And as I said before, your goal is to be within 4 in the final 2 minutes. You do that and you stand a chance. And there's our Medina Bee trying to get the faithful going. And it's been a pretty loud crowd here tonight. It's nice to see the Bee in action and trying to drum up the support. Medina Bees have made a lot of noise here in this one and had a great halftime performance by some nice young ladies from Medina. Going to set to the free throw line now, trying to convert the tail end of a 3-point play is Nick Goddard. And we're waiting to see Nick Goddard. There's Nick. Nice tight shot at Nick as he puts the free throw up and in. Nick converts. He's now got 10 in the ball game, 3 in the quarter. Medina trying to push it back up. Nice pass to Shinaki, bounces it out. I think he was losing the handle. Nice job to get rid of it. Those full court passes are going to get him in trouble. Wadsworth is a very quick team. Is going to get those eventually. Jumper up and in. Dan Bruno. Bruno now with 4 in the ball, 4 in the quarter, 4 in the game. Wadsworth gets in, or Medina able to get another turnover off Wadsworth. Some little extracurricular activity going on there as some of the players headed up court. breaks it over to Bruno. Bruno patiently. Good chance for Medina to keep working on cutting into the lead. Oh, and Anthony right into the hands of number 22, and he breaks it. Lead pass up. Number 14 unable to convert. Two teammates fighting the same. They're going to get Shinaki out of bounds as he touched that one. Going to stay Wadsworth ball. Nice job by Ben to hustle, but unfortunately half his body was still out of bounds. So Wadsworth now with the ball in underneath. Joe Capotosta to inbound it for Wadsworth. And Joe Capotosta going to take a breather now, as I said that, and Austin Senior checking into the game. Goddard, the quick 3-0, and a little acting there to fall down after the shot. Nick Goddard, the Academy Award on that one, as Hunt did nothing at all except turn around to watch the shot go up, and Goddard just played it and fell down and drew the foul. That's Pete Hunt's third foul, and the Academy Award to Goddard. Now he's going to get 3 free throws since he was in the act of shooting a three-pointer. Wow, that's worse than like in football when a kicker, the punter, has no one touch him but falls down and gets the official's flag. That's about what Goddard just did. He sinks the second of 3. Solid free throw shooter, 5 of 5 from the line here tonight. And just like any good team, they saw Medina starting to make a push, and they came back with an answer. Nice ball handling skills there showed by Mr. Hunt. Breaks it, kicks it off. Strong into the hole and unable to convert was Bayless Shinaki. Trying to get up with it and couldn't. Gonna call it on the ground. Number 10, Austin Senior, is third. Team's third for the half. 3 ball up, short and off the mark. Ball tipped out and trying to tie it up. Can't do it. Wadsworth's going to come the other way. Goddard went for the 3 and changed his mind as he had pressure there from Kuhar. And quick thinking while he's in the air to get rid of that ball. Little fancy move, Ben Falkenberg in there now. Medina now down almost 25. Wadsworth now, Austin Senior just picked up his 4th foul, and I think it's going to earn him a seat to the bench as he picked up 2 quick ones. Some Medina substitutions. We got a whole new set of players out there. We'll try to set that one here for you in just a moment. For Medina, it's Rob Kuhar, Ben Shinaki, Dante Anthony, Dan Bruno, and Andy Glass. And for Wadsworth, see, Medina just can't quite do that. Trying to float the ball in. They're going to have to make crisp passes. This Wadsworth defense is too quick and too aggressive. You can't float the ball in there like that. So Medina now got their work cut out for them. Going to have to rally back. Bruno pulls it back out, swings it over to Kuhar. Ball kicked by number 14, Joe Capotosta. It's a pretty deep Wadsworth team. He's been subbing in about 10 solid, and they spread out the scoring and the defense. So they come at you. Try to fire it across court, and nice hustle again. Ball knocked out again by Joe Capotosta. So 25-49 in favor of Wadsworth. 3:55 to go here in the third. Anthony out on the far wing to Bruno. Bruno trying to find somebody. Gets it to Anthony. Anthony the quick pass to Shinaki. Nice job, Anthony to Shinaki. Ben 4 in the quarter, 9 in the ball game. United needs to put something a little aggressive down here now. That's not going to help if you're letting guys coast to the lane, as Ben Schrock just did, and lays that one in. Schrock now with 4 in the ball game. Answering back the other way, Dan Bruno. Good quarter for Bruno. 6 in the quarter for him. 6 in the game for Dan. Nearing the 3-minute mark now in the third. Going to get Anthony, I think, with a little push off. Some little hand checking going on down there. It's Anthony's second. team's third. Ball out of bounds on the side. Over and back. Caught that ball on one side of the line and took it back over the other way. Now let's try to set the 5 in there for you for Wadsworth. Nick Goddard, Paul Mako, Joe Capotosta, Ben Schrock, and number 24, DJ Schrock. That sets the 5 for Wadsworth. Nice long pass by Anthony, working it around. Nice look for Bruno. Tipped up by Glass. Unfortunately, can't get it to fall. Bruno needed to take lessons from Goddard as Anthony knocks that one away. Oh, there's got to be a blatant foul. Foul on number 34. Ben Schrock, his second. Team's fourth. 2:54 to go in this one. Medina ball on the side. Glass back to Bruno. Bruno to Anthony. Anthony inside to Glass. Glass tried to get it inside to Kuhar and leading it for Wadsworth. Joe Capotosta looking to drive, kicks it out to the wing. Goddard's not going to hesitate, launches. Anthony the rebound. Anthony fires it up court off of 2 Medina players. Bruno able to come away with it. Fires it over. Kuhar, nice look for 3, sets, fires off the rim. Anthony able to rip it down. Goes into the hoop strong, spins, tries to go up again, and going to pick up the foul. Couldn't quite see who he got on that foul. Wait on the scorer's table to light that up for me. Paul Mako, his first, team's 5th. Dante Anthony shooting 2 at the free throw line. There's Dante with our wireless cam. Nice shot there. Anthony rattles it in and out. Story of Medina's night, unable to take advantage of situations when they need to. Good round of applause as some players substituted in for Wadsworth. Anthony sinks the second. Anthony now with 5 in the ball game. Wadsworth pushing it up. Good look at a 3 here. Off the mark, rebounded, down low. I think they got the offensive foul on him that time as he pulled down the rebound. Number 34, Ben Schrock. I think they got him with the foul. Didn't hear a foul called, so it must have been something underneath. It's one vantage point I don't have a good look at from where I'm sitting. Kuhar sliding that pivot foot, gets called for the travel. Back the other way. Nearing the 2-minute mark now. Pete Hunt checks back in for Dan Bruno. Try to set the 5 for Wadsworth for you. You got number 40, Brad Stutzer. Number 20, Paul Mako. Number 34, Ben Schrock. And number 14, Joe Capotosta. And number 30, Mike Marshall. Your 5 for Wadsworth. Nice job by Shinaki to come away with that rebound off the miss. Anthony, nice little move there. Swings it out to Kuhar. 3. Can't get him to fall tonight, Medina, and here comes Wadsworth racing the other way. Laid up and in. Joe Capotosta. This is a very solid Wadsworth team. Medina trying their best to stay matched up here tonight, but it's just a very aggressive and solid Wadsworth team. It's one of the better teams I'm sure Medina has seen this season. Ball out of bounds off Andy Glass. Going to head the other way. .23 lead for Wadsworth. 53-30, 1:10 to go. There you see the shot in underneath. Got the numbers down on the low post. Foul by Bayless. And bucket by number 34, Ben Schrock. That's one of those I'm sure Coach Peters has taught him many times in practice. If you're going to foul the guy, you got 5 of them, earn them. If you're going to hit the guy, make sure he doesn't get the ball up. Don't give him a chance to that 3-point play. There you see Schrock. Schrock with 6 points so far in the ball game and about 3 boards. He's got 1 to try to convert the 3-point play. Ball up and off the mark. Tipped around and brought down by Bayless. Bayless to the hands of Pete Hunt. Hunt swings it over to Anthony. Anthony, the full court pass to up and off the mark by Kuhar. Put back up by Bayless. Bayless, ball out of bounds, going to stay Medina possession. 3 substitutions for Medina. You got number 34, Justin Glant, and number 40, Brandon Conrad, and number 54, Brian Lovelace. So a new look here towards the end of the third. Up strong and off the glass, number 40, Brandon Conrad. And they come back set. Now Wadsworth just content to work the clock for our last shot as we're down to the final 23 seconds. Medina content to let him do it. All he's got to do is take about an extra step up and go work on that 5 second. Coach Peters sends him out after him. They get the steal. Don't dribble it. Anthony bringing it up on the wing. 5 seconds left. Anthony's spinning down the baseline, throws up the shot, no good. 2 teams fighting for it. They're going to get the travel call. Lanton and Lovelace both fighting over that one. 55-32. Here's your score here as we end the third period. So barring a miracle as we head into the final 8 minutes, you never say never, but down 23, as you see there, Medina's going to have its work cut out for it in the final 8 minutes. Maybe a chance to see a tough break for the seniors going out here on senior night. Their final home game. The seniors from Medina being Jake Bayless, Ben Shinaki, Jordan Crater, Pete Hunt, and Brian Lovelace. Got to see a little bit of action from some of the youngsters a few minutes ago. Some nice shot from our floor cam down there. I know we have Matt Tassar and Jeremy Smeltz working lower cams for us, doing a great job. Up top we got Jeff and Nick. The full crew working for us. And here they come, working on setting it up. Wide open lane, puts it up and in. Justin Lanton. Lanton all over them as they get the timeout there. Nice hustle. Sometimes a little substitution can create a little better outcome for your team. And right now, Medina, a nice little job there on those last 2 possessions. .21 points here, the difference in this one. Medina hopefully can try to cut down on this some and make it a ball game as we head down the stretch. So look over at the crowd, trying to glance through the crowd and see all those on hand here at this one. And I see the assistant athletic director, Kevin Kelly, down there. Kevin Kelly's always good for a good laugh. He's just walked by our scores table here. Wadsworth with the ball now. Up 21. Three ball, nails it, didn't he? Nice defensive effort there by Medina, but can't help it when Falkenberg nails a 3 like that. Drive up and off the mark. They're going to get the blocking foul there. I'll have to check. There's a Brett Wilkinson. That's who that was down there. Nice defense by Brett, but he gets the offensive foul there. His first. Nice job by Wilkinson on that end. And no, folks, that noise wasn't me opening a cold one. That was our director getting a pop open for himself. Glanton coming the other way. Lays it up and in. Justin Glanton. He's now got 4 in the quarter, 4 in the game for Glanton. Bodies flying. They're going to get number 54, Brian Lovelace, the senior, foul on that one. Kind of unique. Some of these seniors have seen the ups and downs of this team. Got to enjoy some of the good seasons here. Winning Pioneer Conference Championship last season, and you have some turnover and a transition year, and you run into teams like Wadsworth right now that are solid and good. And Glanton more with the aggressive going after the ball, but I think that would have been a nice tight end leading the block or a fullback leading the block for the halfback on that one. It wasn't intentional by any means by Glanton, but man, it was a solid hit. As Nick Goddard's going to go to the free throw line. Glanton, they just didn't see each other as Glanton was going for that ball. And a nice solid collision as you see Goddard just trying to shake that one out. You see that knot coming right over his eye. I don't know if they hit heads or if he hit his shoulder. He hit something on him there and immediately began to swell up. And that's the first free throw he's missed this game, so it must have done something to shake him up a little bit. Strong up the glass, nothing there, and here they come running the other way. Heard a slap of skin inside there before that one even got anywhere. Don't know who they're going to get on that one. I think they got 34. Make sure I'm right here. Oh no, 54, Brian Lovelace. His second, team's 8th, 1-1. Heading to the free throw line, number 42, Brett Smith. Smith with 2 points in the ball game here so far. Brett Smith puts it up and in. Wadsworth substitutions. You got one for the shooter, and then the other one is Ben Schrock checking back in. Brett Smith now looking to convert the second of 2 free throws. Off the mark, rebounded Lovelace. Long pass the other way. Tried to hustle to Glanton. Glanton gets it stolen. Nice defensive job by Glanton. They're working on getting that one right back for Medina. Ball's flying everywhere. Wadsworth looking to push it. Numbers. Foul on the arm. That's going to be number 40, Brandon Conrad, his first foul. Sending Capotosta to the free throw line. So Joe Capotosta to the free throw line, shooting 1-1. Be 2 shots next time, as it was the 9th foul, team foul by Medina. Capotosta converts the first, looking to convert the second. Capotosta now with solid 10 points in this one. So some balanced scoring here for Medina. As we're waiting, as they're trying to figure out substitutions there. I'm not quite sure what happened. I think we had an injury is what he did. He went to the sideline. Is that the shooter? Oh, no, I see him now. Capotosta's over there. That was Goddard going to the sideline there. I think not feeling too hot after that shot to the head. Getting some ice on him and sinking the second free throws, Capotosta. Has a lead 61-36, 5:52 to go in this one. Lovelace got himself some room underneath. Nothing. Glanton there to pick it up. Gets it swatted out. And here comes Wadsworth the other way. Shot up, rattles off. Glanton pulls down the rebound. Nice job by Glanton. He's going to push it the other way. Lead pass. Left is short as they went to convert was number 32, Brent Wilkinson. Not a bad job by Glanton there to pull down the board and try to push it up. picks his pocket. Nice bounce pass. Couldn't come away with it. Puts it up and in. Number 30, Tom Bino. His first bucket of the ball game. Bino now with his first two, and 38-61 the score. 23-point game. 4:45 to go in this one. Little give and go there underneath. They call it a block. Going to stay Wadsworth possession. Number 40, Brandon Conrad, getting up there for the block. I see Bayless coming in for Lovelace. Blanton takes a seat also as Dan Bruno checks back in. Nice job by those two. So Medina matches up again. I tell you what, a lot of these Wadsworth players too, you give them a step out there by that three-point arc and they're not afraid to put that one up. Wadsworth's going to stretch it out a little bit now and set the offense. Ball kicked off the foot of Brent Wilkinson. Wadsworth ball in underneath. They inbound it. Nice tight shot there for. He goes up strong underneath and can't get it to fall. I think they're going to get Bayless in there trying to get him. It's going to send Marshall to the line to shoot two. Oh no, they're going to get Conrad. Brandon Conrad. Off the mark with that one. There's Marshall. Glanton and Lovelace back into the ball game, giving Wilkinson and Conrad a breather. Nice to get a look at some of the Glanton the junior. We'll hopefully be seeing him again next year. Went for the whole thing and lost it off the hands of Lovelace. Wadsworth with it, working it around. Nice pressure by Lovelace out there near the arc. Glanton comes away with it, getting himself stuck in the corner there though. Nice heads up play, throws it off the foot of the Wadsworth player. Off the foot of Griff Wilson. Medina ball in underneath. Trying to figure out who to inbound it there, and they're going to get Bino. Bino playing the wide receiver slash tight end for the Medina football team this season. Inbounding that one. Bruno lost it out of bounds off as Austin Sidner knocked that one out. Set them out. 3:51 to go here in this one. Nice job moving baseline. Dan Bruno puts it up and in. Bruno now with 8 in the ball game. His first points of the quarter. Had a nice third quarter with 6, up to 8 points now. Wadsworth working it around. Nice pass in low. High off the glass. Lovelace gets called for the travel as he got tangled up with some feet underneath, and as he tried to come away with it, got called for the travel. Bino getting a breather. As number 32, Brent Wilkinson, checks back into the ball game. Spinning in underneath, Wilkinson comes away with it, and he's going to push it up the floor and stops to set it up. 3:18 to go. Shot up and in. Wilkinson, the 3 ball, his first points of the ball game. 43-62. 19-point lead now for Wadsworth. 3-minute mark. Nice job putting it up and in, Mike Marshall. Marshall now with 6 in the ball game for Wadsworth. They get it ahead to Lovelace. Lovelace dribbling it a little bit, sets it back out to Glanton. Glanton getting stuck in the trap area, got to keep his head up. Oh, lost that one right out of bounds to the coaches. Don't know if he's looking to make a pass to the coach or just lost the handle there. try to set the 5 as Medina just checked in 2. We got Glass, Wilkinson, Lovelace, Glanton, and Bino into the ball game. Pretty much keeping the starters out of this one now. Since the late stages of the third, pretty much sent his starting 5 to the bench, did Coach Peters. Trying to give some of the younger guys some experience and some PT. Gonna get Andy Glass with the foul. Glass's first foul of the ball game. Glass really the only starter back in there right now. Shooting 2, Mike Marshall. 2:23 to go in this one. Marshall up and good with the first. Some substitutions. Number 40, Brad Stutzer checking into the game, giving Griff Wilson a breather. Rattling in and out, Andy Glass the rebound. Kicking it up the other way for Medina. Lost it. Wadsworth coming back this way. Driving down the lane, no good. Rebounded underneath. No good. Brought down by Tombino. Inside to Lovelace. Lovelace double team. Ball batted away. Foot was out of bounds, they say. Gonna come back the other way. Substitution, nice round of applause to Mike Marshall heading out of the game. 7 points in the game for him as he heads to the sideline. That shot up and off the mark. And here comes Wadsworth back the other way. 1:40 to go here in this one. Wadsworth just trying to work it quietly, look for a good shot. 22-point lead for Wadsworth. Content to pull it out and work it again. 3 ball, clean look, nothing there. Andy Glass, hand on it, going to stay Wadsworth ball as it goes off the glass out of bounds. 1:13 to go in this one. Spin move, nothing there. Rebounded, ripped away by Glanton. Glanton now on the ground trying to find some way to get rid of it. They get the foul, they call the jump ball. Gonna get the foul. Foul on Brett Smith, his first. Not enough for the bonus, that was only the 16th foul. We're just over a minute to go here in this one. Now we're under a minute to go in this one. Lost his footing and put it up, and without his feet underneath him, fell short with that shot. Bodies all over the floor on this one. He's waiting on a crowd, rebounded Wilkinson. It's going to be a scrum here for the final few minutes. Medina ball in underneath. Bringing it back up. They lost it backcourt. No backcourt violation due to the fact that he did touch the ball, was touched by a Wadsworth player. 20 seconds to go in this one. Ball out of bounds and staying Medina way. .4 to go in this one. 3 ball off the mark. Put back up and out of bounds. Going to go Wadsworth direction. That's pretty much going to put a wrap on this one. As Wadsworth's going to come away with the victory in this ball game. that's going to do it. Your final 65-43 in favor of Wadsworth. Leading the way for Wadsworth, Ben Falkenberg with 17 points. Nick Goddard had 13. Joe Capotosta with 11. DJ Schrock with 8. Mike Marshall with 7. Ben Schrock with 6. And Brett Smith with 3. For Medina, it was Dante Anthony with 5. Jake Bayless with 2. Tom Bino with 2. Dan Bruno with 8. Ben Shinaki with 11. Brandon Conrad added a deuce. Justin Glanton with 4. Pete Hunt with 3. And Rob Kuhar with 3. And finally wrapping up the scoring for Medina, Brent Wilkinson with 3. So there you have it. Hard-fought game. Wadsworth dominant in this one from the beginning, though, and they end up winning this one 65-43. It's been a pleasure to bring you Medina Bees basketball here on Medina Cable Access. It's going to put a wrap on this season. We look forward to seeing you next basketball season, and make sure you tune in this spring for Medina High School baseball and softball right here on Medina Cable Access Channel 36. And with that, it's been a pleasure, folks. I'm going to say goodnight. Have a nice night, everyone.
Coverage of Medina Bees basketball is brought to you thanks in part to our underwriting sponsor, Norse Auto Mall, 3205 Akron Medina Road, 330-723-3291. Once again, Norse Auto Mall, a proud sponsor of Medina Bees basketball.